Good morning, y'all. It's actually just before noon on Friday, and I have a last-minute face cord delivery, and I still have my bum leg here. I snapped my calf muscle, if y'all can see that at all, and I am just struggling. I've never done that before, and started reading up on it, and it read online that it typically happens to people over 40, between 40 and 50 years old. They snap their hamstrings or calves or Achilles. So I was like, holy cow. Playing basketball with my son got me in trouble. Anyway, so I'm struggling pretty good with that. But I will still deliver some firewood. I'm going to try to, and I will loosely throw in the back of my 5.5 foot bed here, F-150 crew cab. I normally stack it in there, but it's just too much work for me right now. So I'm going to measure it all out. The seasoned wood here that I have stacked, I'm going to measure it. I'm going to do like a 4x4 stacked of the oak here and 4x4 of the red maple over there. That's what I'm going to do. This is a little mixed of white and red oak over here. So anyway, so we're going to do that. It's kind of a shorter video. I'm sure that makes most of y'all pretty happy, and I will edit it even further to make it even shorter. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so there it is. It is not loosely thrown in there. I started to do that at the very beginning, and then I was a little nervous about it not being enough to my first customer. He's a friend of mine. Not first customer, but this will be the first time I have delivered firewood to him. I just want to make sure everything's nice and right and tight, and a little more than a face cord, just a little more. Anyway, got my little cargo netting up there from Harbor Freight. As you can imagine, it was pretty cheap, like most everything at Harbor Freight. Works pretty good. I haven't had any fall out of the bed of the truck yet, thankfully, because I'm going down a highway. Speed limit is 70 miles an hour. So anyway, so I have definitely made a dent in some of my dry firewood, but all this is dry over here, y'all, all of it. So I've had several, not customers, but just buyers, I guess is what you would say for firewood, contact me because there's a tree company that I get some of my wood from, Lineberger Tree Service here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they're awesome, and they have stopped selling firewood. So they refer their customers that they did sell to me, and apparently I'm quite a bit more expensive than what they were selling their firewood for, which I'm completely cool with. I actually had a conversation in a text message with another YouTuber, actually a couple of YouTubers, talking about pricing and how cheap it is to get firewood out there from people. And definitely there is a lot of cheap firewood out there, y'all, but you just wait until you burn really good firewood, and then you probably won't do the cheap stuff anymore. I went through that process. I spent a lot of money on people bringing firewood to my house. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this to begin with. All this is the obsession that bad firewood has turned into. So when I deliver a product, I mean, it better be excellent. I had a customer text me a couple of weeks ago after I delivered him a face cord of mixed hardwood. It was oak, it was red oak, white oak, and red maple. And he said, the wood seems to burn really fast. And I was like, well, it's dry wood. That's what it should do. I mean, it's not going to go up like a matchstick because it's not that dry. It's relative with the humidity here, so it's probably going to stay between that 16 to 18% range around this area. Anyway, and he said, but I love it though. And that's what I love to hear. I want it to burn really well. I don't want people to struggle to start the fire. And so that's what I want to hear. So I'm okay with being more expensive than most everybody else, because it just, as y'all know, if you split firewood, it takes too long to process all this firewood. It just takes too long. It's not worth it. This is not my full-time job. Obviously, if it was, then I'd be in trouble, and I probably would have to sell it a whole lot cheaper to get rid of some of this stuff, because I got a lot of seasoned wood over here, and it's drying a lot quicker than I imagined because of how small my splits are. And I haven't had anybody complain about the size of the splits because they're so small. It's not kindling, but people who are used to boiler wood and have these massive wood stoves, that they put in their basement and just throw whatever they can in there, even some green wood. I mean, this is probably considered kindling to a lot of those people. But around here, I want it to be easy to handle, easy to light. That's what I want. I want it to dry fast. So I'm not complaining that people are not buying from me, that don't even know me. The ones that know me typically are using me for the firewood, and they are extremely happy, and that's all I want to hear. So anyway, all y'all trying to sell firewood out there, that you're not doing it for your full-time job, like I said, this is just for fun for me and exercise and getting outdoors, and I love it. But if you're just doing it for that, then just save your wood, y'all. Save your wood. Don't sell it for nothing. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's too much time. So anyway, that's not a rant. That's just how I'm feeling about the last few weeks. Just talking to some other YouTube guys, and they were kind of complaining about it. And I was like, you know, your wood is special, and so is mine. And you have to treat it that way, and you have to sell it that way. So I want it to be a special, pleasurable, fantastic experience lighting my firewood and watching it burn. Anyway, because it's Raymer wood and it's just the right size. Here we go, one face core delivered on top of the tarp like I like it. Makes it easier to clean up. Once you wheelbarrow everything over to where you're gonna be burning it, much easier to clean up.